It's episode 62. Today, it is Wednesday. It's the 19th of November. I think it's just about 25 to 6 in the UK. Obviously, I'm in Split, Croatia at this moment in time. But anyway, I'll crack on with the content. So, yeah, my name's Brad. This is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. This is the Let's Get Inspired live vlog. Like I've just said, it's episode 62. This is the title for today is a calm space for overthinking minds. So a calm space for overthinking minds. What I'm going to just put on here is to begin with before I crack on is, do you ever overthink? I'll just type this in and then I'll crack on. I will be referring to my notes, of course, but I will be adding a lot of my own context into that, of course. Do you ever overthink in situations in life? Let's just go with that. Done. I'll move that up for you. Start Q&A. Do you ever overthink in life is the question. Do you ever do that? Let me just adjust that so we can see it a little bit better. There we go. Not quite there. There we go. Do you ever overthink in life? So I'll start with my introduction. So, all right, whoever is here is welcome. You're welcome here. If you want to talk about anything, I'll go with the comments, of course, the best I can. This isn't a fancy live. There's no big setup or anything like that. It's just a space to sit together. And if you're struggling tonight or today, let's say, if you just simply want to chat, that's absolutely fine. If you're struggling, you don't want to say anything, that's fine. If you want to contribute, you can do. It's all good and well. If your mind's racing, because sometimes my mind races, of course, if you're overthinking or if you feel overwhelmed, annoyed, pissed off with life, whatever it is, you're welcome here and you're welcome to share anything if you want to, or just sit back and watch, sit back and enjoy. Just hang out, listen and breathe, basically. We will be this is going to be a relaxed live as best as I can. There's no pressure, there's no judgment. Just real people having a moment, thinking things through. So I'll just let you know the topics I'm going to be covering. But of course, anyone who comments, I will react to. I will respond to. If anyone wants to change this topic, they can. It's free flowing. But these are the topics I'm going to be going through at some point. So we're going to be talking about overthinking, especially at night time. We're going to be talking about feeling left behind in life. Like you started late or whatever it is, you're feeling like you're not catching up with everybody. And we're also going to talk about loneliness and feeling disconnected. I will then mention some simple grounding techniques and I'll do like a mini reset to get us back on track, hopefully. So like I said, I've got my notes with me. So let me think. So the first part is the nighttime overthinking, the overthinking spiral, excuse me, that can occur during nighttime, especially at nighttime. Let's think about why that occurs. So why does the mind get louder at night? There's no distractions at nighttime, is there? It gets later on in the night. Everything's quietening down. Maybe other people are asleep, they're in bed. That's when there's no distractions. The body starts to slow down. And the thoughts can start ramping up, can't they? How do I know? I've done it. Have you ever had, quite a while ago, I used to work with somebody and they were fucking rude to me, let's say that. And I was really annoyed at them. But I didn't deal with it at that moment. I didn't know what to say. So I felt like I'd messed up. I lost an opportunity. So someone's been rude to you, you've not answered back. And then I go to bed and I started to ruminate, started to let it to eat away at my mind. And I just keep playing back that scenario of them being rude to me. Has anyone ever done this? And then you're just there with your thoughts. And it's like there's like quite a bit of emotion behind that endless thought loop as well. It's going round and round and round and round. And you're just thinking, oh, I should have said this, I should have done that, and you're mad at yourself, you're annoyed at yourself. And I remember just thinking, these thoughts were going on and on and on in my head, and I couldn't stop it. Even though I knew what was going on, I was aware of it, I was thinking, I'm overthinking this, but then it just continue and continue and continue. That's a sign of overthinking. That's a sign of stress as well. That's one example. Hi, Sander. Sander's saying, hi, Brad. I definitely overthink, and I always know that I will ruminate about situations, especially at work in a fast-paced, stressful environment where I don't have the time to process my emotions. Yeah, it's happening in real time, especially if you're in situations that are stressful and it's happening really, really fast. Things are coming at you from every angle, different people, different scenarios, different environments. It's all in real time. And it's like, but it's fast paced. That's the stress of life sometimes, isn't it? Stressful environment. And you don't even have the time to process your emotions. Sometimes you just freeze. Sometimes what can happen is someone could be really rude to you. You can just bite back at them and say something really horrible, which can get you into trouble. Sometimes it's the best thing to do. It depends on the situation, of course. But you don't have a chance to process your emotions because everything is happening so quickly, especially if you've got responsibilities as well, Sander. So I completely understand where you're coming from with that. Sander says, what I'm trying to say is I need to process my thoughts and event situations before, I'm going to start again. What I'm trying to say is I need to process my thoughts and event situations, but it happens in different times for me, LOL. Sometimes it's in the middle of the night, sometimes early morning, etc. So basically something will happen, you don't react emotionally at that moment in time, but then later on in the day, or sometimes it could be the next day, it could even be the next week, for example, and then it kicks in, and then you're thinking, oh shit. And that's what's annoyed me. That's what's pissed me off. And then the thoughts come in, don't they? Later on, it's like a delayed emotional response type of thing. Sander then goes on to say, is when my mind decides to go for it and I ruminate. Yeah. And then you thought to think, oh, I should have said this. I wish I'd have said that. I wish I'd have done this. And that's that. What can that lead to? Especially if it's late at night, which we're kind of mentioning now. If you're overthinking late at night, you weren't going to go to sleep, potentially. It's just going to eat away at you. And the person that's being rude to you, or the person that you think that's being rude to you, is probably sleeping really well. They won't give a shit. They'll be happy. They'll be doing what they want to do, living the best life, whatever that is, however that looks like. Anyway, I'm going to move on. So the next part of this, so we're still thinking about overthinking at nighttime, guys. That's what we're thinking about right now. So then basically let me get the words out properly. I sometimes struggle to communicate. That you should have done more today, guilt loop. You should have done more today, guilt loop. You should have fucking done this. Oh, that's that people pleaser type of thing that can occur. You didn't do everything that you could have done. You're really hard on yourself, or that you forgot something at work. Has everyone ever done that? You've worked your ass off. It's been really stressful, and then you go home and you think, "Oh shit, I forgot this," and then you feel guilty, and then there's a guilt loop, or if you're a people pleaser, especially, and somebody's not happy with you because you didn't do something perfectly, so you beat yourself up about it. Therefore, you start that guilt loop, and it's just going round and round and round, and it's powered by negative emotion, negative self-hate. Sometimes can be very powerful as well. That, in my opinion, anyway, that guilt loop can keep going and going and going. But it's like a dog chasing its bloody tail, isn't it? It's like you can't. Once it starts going and going and going and going, it's hard to slow it down. It's hard to put the brakes on it. Anyway, I'll move on. Another point is, sorry, I'm referring to my notes as well, to be open and honest with you guys. I like to have some notes. It helps me with the structure to what I'm talking about, but I add my own interpretations in there as well. This is another one. How unresolved emotions become louder when everything is quiet. So if you're busy, a lot of people, what do? We avoid things. We stay busy. If you're working, you're busy. You don't have to think. You don't have time to think about your emotions. You don't have time to think about anything else. Some people have children, so they're busy with their children. Some people are busy at work. Some people busy with going to the gym activities. Some people are just busy with drinking, taking drugs, or whatever it is. But we're always busy, or we're going out, we're going to a concert, we're going to a sporting event. We're busy all the time. You're not thinking about your emotions, are you? You're not thinking about them. But when you do stop, when it's late at night, for example, that's when everything's quiet, isn't it? So that's when those emotions that you've not dealt with during the day because you've been too busy or whatever per se, you've not had a chance to think about it, they're going to come up then late at night when you least expect them. You could be really tired as well, and you know you've got stuff to do tomorrow. You've got to be up tomorrow. You've got to be up early in the morning, and you've ignored the emotions, so therefore they kick in late at night. Anyway, I'll move on. Sanders saying, I'm a very emotional person. This crying is necessary for my well-being. One moment, let me have a sip of water. Good point, Sander. Suppose though, with people think crying is like always a negative thing. Sometimes they can think it's a negative thing or a bad thing. It's a release of emotions, isn't it? It can actually make you feel better. It can actually be good for you within reason, in my opinion. If that helps you, that's a really good thing. It's actually a very healthy thing to do. People look at it as not so. I think with regards to myself, going on about myself now, if I ever cry, you think some people have seen me cry and think, oh, Brad's very sensitive, he's emotional. But usually when I cry, it means I want to hurt. I want to. Basically, has anyone ever experienced anger crying? And anger crying is when you want to say something but you can't, or you want to hit someone but you can't. So you're fucking fuming, basically. And when I'm really, really angry and I don't have an outlet, so I can't verbalize it, and I can't. Obviously, I'm not going to hit someone or attack someone. I'm not going to do that. But I've still got the anger, still fucking there. I start crying, and then people think, "Oh, Brad's really sensitive and he's emotional." I'm actually stopping myself from saying or doing something really. When I start to anger cry, it's me stopping myself from doing something really horrible to someone. That's how I cry anyway. Probably it's more of a. I think women do it as well, obviously, but I think that's how I deal with it. But then once I've cried, it gets rid of the emotion. It's like I'm trying to go in line with what Sander's saying. It's an outlet. That anger's got to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. I'm not saying that everyone that cries is per se because of anger. It could be because you're upset, emotional. There's a lot of other reasons why. But crying it out can be a healthy way of dealing with your shit. A healthy way of doing it, as long as you're not doing it all the time, I suppose. That's my thoughts about it. Sander's saying it's healthy, Brad. It is. It can be healthy. Absolutely. Holding on to it. What happens if you hold on to it and you don't do anything with it? You've got that anger. You're upset. You've got all those repressed emotions. You're not getting rid of them. You're just keeping them inside. They're not going anywhere. They'll be coming back later on. They're going to haunt you later on, potentially. Sorry, it's having a sip of water. Yep, they're going to. I'm trying to think now. Emotional intelligence here. If you're not dealing with it, it's going to be there. And that's what people do. It's Pandora's box, isn't it? That's all your fears and insecurities, and people pop them in there. All those negative emotions. And then what are repressed emotions? Depression could lead to depression, potentially. That's repressed. Depression is repressed emotions, basically. To say it basically, anyway. Sanders, anyway, I'm going to go back to see what Sanders got to say. So you say, I believe it's much healthier to cry than act out in anger. Yeah, absolutely. And you can do so many bad things if you act out in anger. You should never make a decision when you're angry, that's for sure. You can say some fucking evil You can say some bad things when you're angry. Well, I know I can sometimes. And obviously people act out physically sometimes, which it can end up horrendously, can't it, with regards to anger if you let it go too far. Standards then saying, and I do something you might and do, and you could do something that you regret later, especially in a work setting. Absolutely. Even if you justify it, even if it's right. Sometimes what can happen is someone can do something shitty to you. You act in an angry way, you're at work, and then you're the bad guy, even though your response could be justified to an extent. Standards then saying, especially in a work setting or private relationships, it's releasing anger. Yep. And it's stopping those knee-jerk, it's preventing those knee-jerk reactions. And usually knee-jerk reactions aren't very well thought out, are they? They're just the monkey in the brain, the monkey brain, the simple, what's it called? I forgot the name of it, sorry. But the monkey brain is just emotional. It just snap, instantaneous reaction, no fucking thinking, no thoughts, just boom. And then the words that are going to come out at that angry moment aren't going to be well thought out. They might be honest at the moment, but they can get you into a lot of trouble potentially. Anyway, I'm going to move on. The difference between thinking and ruminating. I suppose if you're thinking about something in a calm manner, you're thinking, that's thinking consciously is a good thing sometimes, isn't it? You're thinking about something, you're planning something, you're looking at all the potential issues, the potential problems, etc., etc. Ruminating, on the other hand, is just a continuous loop of thinking, isn't it? It's that. It could be anxious thinking. It could be, I don't know. It could go on. You just, the endless loop, it just keeps going and going. The rumination, it's not finding a solution. It's not clear thinking, is it? It's just a repetitive, endless loop of a thought pattern that's just continuing over and over and over and over and over and over. And then what can happen is you can start to play out scenarios in your head that aren't even that true. You might be twisting it in your head. And then these thoughts can be then powered by emotion. And then it just continues over and over and over. And before you know it, you're not sleeping at night. You're overthinking, which is what topic I'm on now. And it's hard to put the brakes on that thought, them thoughts. It's therefore, would it be like being in hell in your own mind to an extent? If you're overthinking, if it's late at night, if it causes insomnia potentially. And then what can happen as well, if you're overthinking at night time, you ain't going to be sleeping. Or if you do sleep, it's going to be shit. And guess what? You're going to wake up, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to be tired. And then that's what people can end up doing in a vicious loop potentially. How do we stop the rumination, Brad? I'm going to talk about that later, Sander. I'll answer it now the best I can. One, it's being conscious of your thoughts, isn't it? It's actually, I realise I'm doing it. But even sometimes when you realise you're ruminating, you realise you're doing it, but you can't. I've realised I'm ruminating. And then, guess what? I've still not been able to stop it. So it's really difficult. So it could be, how are you going to stop it? You could speak. Ideally, if you've got someone to speak to, you speak to them and you let your thoughts out. And then you talk to them. So problem shared is problem half, which I say so many times. That could help to an extent. You're getting your thoughts out. If someone else understands you, they show understanding towards you, that's going to make you feel a bit better, in my opinion, to begin with. What else could you do? You can do some breathing techniques, some grounding. If you can, go for a walk in nature, feel your feet on the floor, in the grass, or just be out in nature. Go for a walk. I know it's a simple thing, but it can help. Doesn't help everything, this, by the way. This isn't a guaranteed help, but it could help. Another one is breathing, mindful breathing, ideally with meditation, yoga, a bit of exercise, burn off that excess energy. I've been to the gym sometimes and I've been really angry at people or situations, and I've just overexerted myself at the gym, and it's just getting rid of that anger in a constructive manner, let's say. That could potentially help. The breathing. So it could be 4 breaths in, hold for 4, four breaths in, hold for 4. It could be Wim Hof breathing. It's just breathing through it and being mindful through it. Also, it's, what's it called? You could do some journaling, right? Write about, why am